Hello everyone, we are starting out. So we have, for the first time, I think we have several people who have already joined the stream. Glad to see everyone here. So the new update has released. This is Timberborn 1.0. It's not on the experimental branch. So we're going to be playing through, and for this live stream series, I think that it'd be pretty cool to do a mega build. So it's not going to be the same way I've done previous mega builds, since that one's all dramatic and music in the background, but this is just going to be us playing through and then having a cool final product. So right off the bat, we need to get a few things started. Let's start chopping some trees down, get some lumberjack flags, plant some crops. You guys know the drill. For this one, I want to rapidly expand our colony. So we can start out, we'll just start chopping trees down. And then we'll kind of spread them out. Are there trees over here? I'm not seeing any. We'll place down a few. Bump that up. Lower priority. We can, I guess, gather some berries for now. This can kind of be just a job that they do if they have the opportunity. Did I do the wrong one? Yep, lumberjack flag. Oopsies. Build a reservoir? Of course. Jay Sean is in the house. Let's mark all these trees. And then we'll do the same over here. We need to get some planks so we can get some stairs going across. We got a lot to do. We can also speed it up a bit. And I think we'll have trees down here, and then we'll try and get some crops up top. So have any of you guys had a chance to play the new 1.0, Timberborn 1.0? Also, Sand Artist, the map is Mountain Range. It's not a new one. I think it came out probably a year and a half ago, maybe a year ago. Might have been a little bit longer, but I have played a little bit on this map, but I haven't done like a YouTube series on it. Also, let's bump the working hours up for a little bit. And then we need to get some inventors' huts. And then we can also start thinking about where we want to put stuff in the long run. We're going to do some rearranging in the beginning, but if we can avoid moving things, that would be ideal. I think we'll have housing and the inventors' huts over here. And then we can expand housing in this direction, since green space is going to be pretty precious. So 1, 2, along this way. We'll get 3 inventors' huts. We'll have this one higher priority than the berries. This one will be lower, this one will be normal. And let's pause that water pump. We don't really need that second one going. But we do need some water storage. We want to have at least a little bit right near the water pumpers, but then we want more that are going to be farther away. And then we can also get a farmhouse. This can probably be up on the priority list. We have 2 vacant jobs. And that can be these ones. You have not played yet? You're redoing your PC. Ooh, that's exciting. For now, we can start with just carrots and sunflower seeds. We're going to plant a lot. Also, we do need to have a path. We could probably do potatoes also, because those are really beneficial. And it doesn't take a whole lot to get those up and running. We get the grill set up. Okay, what did you guys talk about before I showed up? 3 amigos. You guys want some beavers named after you? There's a mod that allowed you to upload names, not anymore. Yeah, I did that for the Road to 500 Beaver series. That one I did all the US presidents. That was fun. It took a little while for you guys to notice it. Let's see, we can go in the front. I feel like we want to keep some space clear here, but I don't know what for exactly. Okay, we have a lot of vacant jobs. We can do this. This one. Let's actually get rid of this. We don't have a whole lot of logs. We are starting to get some science. We'll want to get this unlocked as soon as we can. Your PC would explode, Jay Sean. It's a Surface Pro 8 tablet. Yeah, I mean, Timberborn's not too intense, but probably better to have a PC for playing Timberborn. We don't have any storage. Let's get just a little something. And then we will need to get another one over here. This guy can be lower. We got some sleepy beavers. We do need to add some housing. I mean, most importantly, we need to get some lumber, get some planks. Where are we going to put that stuff? For a lumber mill, I think we can get one down here, just to like get it started. So we're going to place a water wheel right here. And then we can also get the lumber mill next to it. This is just going to be temporary, just to get us some planks in the beginning. That'll be higher. This will be lower. Downriver. Yeah, I think placing it down here will be better. Because then we get a little bit of extra power from the bad water and the water. And then we'll need to start getting some dams going across here. But we can hold off on that for now. Once we get those two. And then we can get the forester unlocked. We almost have enough science. Then we can start placing some housing. We'll have some a little bit farther back. Although we need to change the priority actually. So let's assign all these to be lower. This one will be normal. And then as soon as we hit that 30 science, we can unlock the forester. And I'm not too worried about running out of wood since we have some trees right here. And then we have a few more over here. We need 10 more plus 15. There's probably 25-ish wood in here. Probably at least 30 in here. And then we also have a lot of trees that need to grow up. And we're going to keep planting some crops. These guys reach all the way. See, we have a good amount of everything. Add some sunflower seeds to the front. Carrots over here. And then once they... Actually, we can just reduce this down to 2. That's probably fine. And then we have berries. We don't really need those. We can do some more crops over here. Maybe we do potatoes. We can go just a little bit further. And then also remove some of the berries. Oh, we already have 8 viewers. That is fantastic. We have some of the regulars here. Sand Artist, Jay Sean, and Lucky. Anyone else new to these live streams? Also, this is producing a good amount of power. We can probably get a few buildings next to here if we want to. We have that one going. We have those 2 vacant. Also hit the amount of science we need. So now we can unlock the forester. And then we'll get that guy. We want him to extend his range in this direction. So we'll go right here, and then we can get some stairs soon, and then at some point we can get a fluid dump maybe up here, and then get, you know, some more green space in the back. Because in the long run we can't rely on this river for irrigation, since if we have a bad tide, it's going to flow right through here, kill everything, and then we also have this bad water. So we have a few planks. We're going to be putting them in there. They're almost done getting those. And we have 5 vacant jobs. Let's make sure we bump this up on the priority for both. We can remove this guy. And then we can add in some more housing. Oh. Let's shift this over just a little bit. That way we can fit a couple of those. Whoops. Wrong button. This guy's good. Remove him. We can bump this up to normal priority because we always want to have some builders. Those two are vacant, that's fine. We're doing okay on food. I think we should have some crops starting to grow up very soon. Just one more plank and we'll be good to go. He is making it right now. Oh, and we should also actually plant some trees. Do birch in the front. All along the bank. Then we can go maybe some pine. Then we'll need to add some lumberjack flags. But we'll obviously pause them in the beginning since there's going to be no trees for them to chop down. And then next on the list is getting some stairs. That's 70 science. Once we get stairs, we'll have access to get over here. And we can go in this direction. I'm probably going to also just remove those crops. That way we can connect in. Whoop, well-being's going up. Excellent, he's planting. We can pause this guy. And then soon we can pause this guy. Oh nice, we're starting to get food. Bump that back up to 3. And then keep planting some crops. Then we're doing good on water. Cycle 1 day 7. Want to get some dam pieces going across. We'll start with getting stairs so we can get the trees and then we can add the dam in afterwards. Is there any progression goal for this live stream? Speaking of well-being, how's my week? My week was actually pretty good. Been working on the garage. Had a company come out and seal it with a polyaspartic coating, so now it looks really pretty. It was just concrete before, it was stained and kind of yucky. So got that done. Now I'm just trying to seal up some of the bricks on the side, and then I can start putting it back together. So overall, pretty good week. Oh, gotta connect these houses in. And then for the progression goal, per usual, I do want to get the wonder on this map. It's another one of the maps I have not gotten wonders on yet. So I want to get that. And then, yeah. Or do you mean for this specific live stream, like today? Because for today, it's just, you know, setting up the foundation for getting everything started. So having food, water, wood. I do want to very quickly unlock the fluid dump and then kind of start reaching out to some of the bare spots and irrigating it and then setting up some tree farms early on. Because as you guys know, we've experienced wood shortages on this channel. So I want to avoid that if possible. And then maybe by the end of it we can get some automation going, but it might be in the second or third live stream that we end up utilizing automation. And we have 3 vacant beds. We can probably get more. I don't love that it looks like that. I don't know why I did it that way. It's funny. I specifically flipped it so that it wouldn't do that, and then I did it anyways. Well, I'm gonna flip these two at some point, but we can't really be too picky at the moment since we're kind of short on wood. So. But we should be getting some more beavers hopefully soon. We have 2 children. They were just born, so they're not growing up anytime soon. We do have a lot of food though. This guy, we can pause him. Bump that up to lower. So that way it is filled up before the 2 gatherer flags, which you don't really need, but we can leave those as vacant jobs. Although we did hit 70. Unlock stairs. And then this is going to unlock a lot of wood. We'll get a lumberjack flag. Did someone say reservoir? Yes, we will be building a reservoir at some point. I don't know exactly how or where, but I think it's going to be kind of essential. I do envision the Wonder being at the top, kind of at the middle. And the name for this live stream series is going to be the Eternal Gardens. So the vibes I'm going for is green space everywhere, lots of forests and gardens. And then at the center, we're going to have a big structure where like the beaver city is. But I don't know what it's going to look like exactly. And of course, mark the trees. We can keep filling in those potatoes. Yeah, how was your guys' week? It's the weekend, Saturday. I was able to go for a run this morning, which is why I was running a little bit late. Had to eat some food before starting the live stream. Do you guys have any plans for the weekend? Like this, although we don't. Oh, I marked one to be. That's funny. Don't need potatoes. Okay. Don't need potatoes in the water. And then we can also get some stairs going up top and going below. Add in some more trees. I think we'll just stick to birch in the front, honestly. Sanders, you had a busy work week, so you're just relaxing today. Those are some of the best weekends. After you had a long week, just being able to relax. And lucky your kids have a piano and a violin recital. That is exciting. Yeah, I remember having band concerts growing up. Those were a good experience for a kid. we have anything else to build? Might just need to add some more stairs, honestly. So we have a good amount of crops, so we can always add in more farmhouses to harvest them, but we don't need to focus on that quite yet. We can get another lumberjack flag up here. Start removing some of those dead trees. And we're going to do this also. Mark everything to be removed. But we can unmark it all to be removed. Because I think this is actually a builder. Yeah, he was getting ready to remove a tree. But now we have no stumps. So it looks much prettier. And then here we can just keep filling in those potatoes. See, I noticed your daughter's starting a new voice coach. Does she do that through school or is that outside of school? Also, we are going to need to go up here. Oh, it's day 10. We have some logs. Let's add some damn pieces. 120. Yeah, not worth doing that quite yet. Although we can actually leave this, so we don't need to path across it, because we can have the beavers go in the water, and then that'll give them some wet fur. And then we can just remove all those stumps. We're going to swap this. Duplicate it. I don't know how. Oh, is it because the water? Interesting. So just by putting that dam in, that changed the irrigation path just a little bit. It's actually changing it as we speak. Should stabilize in a couple beaver days. It's private. She's going to make it big so you can retire early. You're going back to work, be retired is boring. Oh wait, I don't want to fill in with trees. Potatoes. This is potato land over here. Okay, we're getting off to a good start. The beavers are bored building. And then we have 6 vacant jobs. What did I just add that's vacant? Pause those lumberjack flags. This guy's still going. Now we added that one. We have that one. Let me bump that up. We're probably going to need another farmhouse soon. Sanders, I like the drought approaching, but that's a good suggestion to Jay Sean. Get a YouTube channel on Timberborn that only does reservoirs. That's it. Lucky you said also private. Your kids want to do guitar and drums. Told them they have to learn the classics first, like Beatles, Queen, and Led Zeppelin. That is a good piece of advice. That was what I did. A lot of Beatles songs. We don't have any plank storage. It's not the end of the world. It'd be cool if they had something like in between small and large, like a 2x2 for storage. I feel like that'd be pretty helpful. This one will be for planks. I think what we want to do is actually remove these. No, wait, don't do that. Don't remove those ones. We're going to remove these ones instead. Plant crops. And then we can get a path going up that way. So we'll connect it all in. We're doing good on everything. Although food, we need to get some storage. That's what I was thinking. For now, we're going to start with some small warehouses. We'll go some of the basics, just carrots, sunflower seeds, grilled potatoes, which you don't have any. You don't have a grill yet. We can add that actually. We can do that one right up here. Yeah, we'll fit that right here. And then soon we can get the platform unlocked, but can't quite get it yet. We have 6 children. We only have 3 vacant jobs. We can toss a couple more in here. What else do we want to do? We need to add probably another forester. Where do we want to add it? This guy can reach all the way up here. Maybe we add one down here. And then he's still making planks. Let's see, Sand Artist, you said on the hilltop where I'm clearing trees, you could use that dry pond as a lake to build a tree farm instead of by the house. Hilltop where I'm clearing trees. Use this as a dry pond as a lake to build a tree farm instead of by the house. Yeah, I'll probably go... Yeah, I was thinking about using this space since we don't have to use dynamite or levees. I'll still probably put some levees in just because I don't need to fill this whole thing. I only need a 3x3 grid. And then, yes, I'm definitely going to be planting some trees up here. Let's also make that grilled potatoes. But yeah, we have to get the fluid dump unlocked. And then we'll also need some levees. And then potentially some platforms. And it doesn't have to be exactly 3x3, but probably want it to be about that. I can't have it smaller than that, otherwise the irrigation won't spread as well. Or won't spread as far, I should say. Sean, you said you don't think you'd be good at explaining constantly why you're doing that while playing a game like I do. I do alright. I've gotten better. If you've seen some of my first videos, those were not good. But then again, that's also how everyone starts out. Ooh, we hit the 100 science mark. That's enough for the platform. But these are not super necessary. We're going to lower those. Well, looks like we have both of those. Ooh, we're starting to get some trees. And I've marked 0 of them. So let's get all of them marked. We'll just go all the way across. This guy, he can focus on pine trees, so he can do those ones. And then we can also unpause that guy. 4 vacant jobs. 2 of them are here, 2 of them are here. That's fine. We have 3 beavers who are about to grow up. So we're going to fill up both of those inventors' huts. And then we could... Where else could we put one? Oh, is this guy? He is maxed out. We need to get some more water storage. Because we have a drought approaching very quickly. For now, we'll just stick with... These are going to be temporary. This will be set to water. And then just copy that across. Oh, we need to get a tooth grindstone as well. Well-being. Oh, we could also get some fun stuff for the beavers. Maybe we move these over. We can go here. So let's delete all these. They almost finished it. Sorry, beavers. And then we can get some... Where is it? Well-being. Campfire. We can get one right here. And the drought has started. It's actually 2 days long. For some reason I thought it'd be 1 day long. Do we pause this? I think we don't need to. It's the first drought, and this is not... It's not gonna be too bad. This guy, we can pause him because he's not working now. And we had those children grow up. At the very least, I want to stop it, like back up the water somehow so there's some irrigation. Swin, you said which map? This is Mountain Range. It is not a new one. It came out probably between like about 1.5 years ago would be my guess. Don't know the exact date, but I think they modified it since it came out, so now there's actually, you can see there's some ruins underneath here. And I think that at first it used to be this just went straight down and the ruins were underwater, but now it's like this. Because then there's also blockages, so yeah, I'm pretty sure they reworked the maps a little bit. And then we have, well, they definitely reworked it because now there's geothermal fields, which are not easily accessible. Okay, our well-being's going up to 8, probably because we had the grill working, would be my guess. And then this guy can reach everything. Probably want to get some more inventors' huts. Let's duplicate this, bump this one up to normal. But yeah, what are you guys thinking? Should it be floodgates or dams across here? Floodgates or dams? This guy's taking forever to get through these trees. Doing good on food. Love to see that. Lucky, you sound like Jay Sean saying reservoir. Okay, this guy's doing nothing. We can pause him. Floodgates, you get more water. Jay Sean votes reservoir. Floodgates, 150. Let's see, how do you want to do this? Probably need a path going across, so let's unmark these to be planted. Then we could also automate the floodgate. We don't really need to do floodgates all the way across. We just need to go across some. We also don't need to build it yet because we have no water here. But we will want to build it before the next drought appears. And we are racking up signs very quickly. We can unlock the levee first. Although, actually, we're not going to do the levee first. This guy is done. Let's remove all the stumps. Although maybe we do the levee first. We do the levee first. We'll get the levee for 120. Then we can get the shape we want around here. And I'm pretty sure that it spreads farther downhill than uphill. Also, we can fill. Okay, he can reach that. Unpause the lumberjack flag. Getting a little distracted, but just trying to finish this off. He'll get those last couple trees. But over here, where do you want to put it? Because it spreads like 14 tiles. So I think we probably want to keep it on the lower left-hand side. So 1, 2, 3. We have a 3x3 grid right here. So a little bit larger, but that's okay. And then next we can unlock the fluid dump, 250 science. Okay, this guy's ready. Ooh, I don't like that. How quickly will it kill the trees? Very quickly. Okay, 0.2, but the water's coming back. Oh my, jeez. Oh my gosh, is it gonna kill these? The contamination stays there for a little bit. Oh, killed one. Killed 2, 3. Well, that is good to note. Also, I realized I was going to put stairs down here, but that would contaminate all the beavers. So we are not going to do that. We can have this set here and then low prioritize it because we don't necessarily need this quite yet. Also, I'm thinking that we come up here and then try and divert the bad water in that direction at some point. Lucky said floodgates. Looks like I need bad water diversion. Yeah. That is definitely going to be something that we focus on. Part of why I want to get some some fluid dumps up here is that we can get some tree infrastructure, like a tree farm, and then maybe a food farm that's not dependent on this whole thing, so I'm not as concerned if we have a bad tide come through. Also, I think we want to expand our population. We have enough wood tomorrow morning, or move this one and then swap it. And then we can also, we'll get 3 more placed on top. And then we can bump all this up. Because we don't have enough science for the fluid dump over here, so it's okay if we don't have this finished yet. We have some trees. This guy's unpaused. Let's unpause this one. We can unpause this guy when we have these trees start to grow up, maybe. What do I think about moving industry to the other side of the river from where the current lumber mill is? Over here. Yeah, I'm not too married to the idea of having industry right here. In fact, I don't think I really want to. I probably should get some water wheels set up to get some power. But I was kind of thinking that I'd have not power production, the industry maybe around here, because we do need to have some. Although maybe have it, this side could also be good. Because yeah, in the long run with the mega build, we'll have everything moved up here, and then we will have, you know, power collection. So it's all going to be up here at some point. Yeah, so maybe we don't worry too much about keeping stuff where it's going to be in the long run. Because right now it's about rapid expansion. Getting some fluid dumps, plant some trees, get some crops. $180. I think we also are going to unmark this. And this. Because this produces a good amount of power. We can fit, I think, we have 3 lumber mills powered by this. So we'll probably get a second one. Oh, we also need to turn this back on. Fluid dump. Fluid dump are great and most YouTube players don't use them. Yeah, I feel like fluid dumps are kind of overpowered, honestly. Like, you can just make this space all green and you don't have to worry about bad water at all. Versus if you use like floodgates and whatnot, then to some extent it's dependent on, you know, the seasons. So that's my personal preference. I like being in control of if there's going to be bad water in the area. Like, I feel like for a lot of my Let's Plays, I end up installing irrigation barriers along the river. Because obviously the river is super helpful in the beginning to grow food, which we're also doing great on, by the way. Oh, this guy's maxed out. That's funny. Should also probably get a medical bed set up. I assume that we'll be using it at some point. Oh, I just spent some science. I want to save up for the fluid dump. We'll have the fluid dump right here, and then we can start getting some other infrastructure set up in the meantime. Although maybe we want to, I guess we can move it on here down the road. For now, we just want to get some trees planted. So we'll have that. And then here we're going to be using oak trees, because this is where the powerhouse kicks in. The powerhouse of oak. We're actually going to shift this over by 1. And then we'll want to make sure we have some space set it for paths. Also, that works out perfectly going over there. We'll get some more oak trees. Basically just fill this whole upper region with oak trees. Although we do need a few lumberjack flags. Also, we're going to need some storage at some point. I've kind of been putting 0 storage down. We have like a small little section over here, but that's about it. How many storages can we fit? We can fit a couple. We can fit like 3. Yeah, we can fit like 3 right here. At some point we'll get the underground pile, but that is expensive. Could turn on the other way. No. We could turn on the other water pump with a growing population. Yeah, when we start having, probably when the next wave of kids grow up, I guess there's not a whole lot, but soon we will do that. We're on day 4. Right now this guy is supporting it. We'll see if this is stagnant or if it is going down. If that's the case, we will turn this on. Let's see, what do we want to put right here? Really, we're doing good on crops and all. I think what we do want to do, is get a gear workshop placed right here once these trees grow up. So that'll be another 5-ish days. We'll see how that is in a couple days. Yeah, if the water's going down, then we will turn that water pumper on. Also, we hit enough science, so now we can get the fluid dump unlocked for 250 science. Now that we're going to have that guy going, I think it probably is worth getting that water pumper turned on. So we'll preemptively do that. Good call, Sand Artist. Wow, 19 viewers. That might be the most I think we've had. Last live stream we got pretty close to 20. So we probably have a few new folks. If you are new to the stream, say hi. We have a lot of friendly people in the chat. Sand Artist, Lucky, Jay Sean. Smash that like button. Thank you, Jay Sean, promoting the channel. Yeah, this is the first episode, so we are going to make rapid progress. First episodes are always fun. Also, we don't need these guys sitting around yet. But we do need to mark all these trees to be chopped down. Looks like we have pretty much all of it set so far. We can bump this up on the priority list. Sand Artist, thank you for the membership gifts. Airport Review. I recognize your name from a long time ago. I mean, I think it's been probably a year or two since I saw you leave a comment, but glad to see you're here. And we have a few new names as well. Stellars, Approximately Pi, Zachary Blue, and then Holmes YG. Welcome everyone to the channel. And I'm trying to think, what else do we need to do right now? I think we're kind of in just a waiting spot at the moment. We have okay amount of wood. This forest here has been kind of supporting us. We do have some more trees that are growing up though, which is excellent. We can probably get another lumberjack flag placed down, help chop some trees down. And then 7 vacant beds. Hopefully those will start getting populated soon. Maybe we need to get a builder's hut, or not builder's hut, a hauling post once we get some more beaver workers. I think that'll be a good idea. And then we probably do need to get some storage for the logs as well. And look at that, the irrigation is starting to spread and then rapidly receding. We have 120 water. We're going to actually remove these because we're going to get a third water pumper here at some point. We're using all our planks at the moment. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of planks. So maybe we get a second lumber mill set up first, and then we get a gear workshop adjacent to it. Could be a good idea. Water storage next to fluid dump. Still miss Jay Sean for the membership. Fluid or water storage next to the fluid dump. The thing is that it's not going to be filled up by these water pumpers yet because it's so far away. Once we get a hauling post, that would be a good idea because then we could just have that prioritized by the haulers. But for now we don't necessarily need it. Well, we could just get it set up and then lower on the construction priority list. Some trees are going to be growing up here very soon. This guy should target them first because it's very close to him. Okay, now we have 5 vacant jobs. I think we have... What's the 5th job? Lumberjack flag. We can also... Yeah, let's lower the priority for... Yeah, this one is not occupied at the moment. We still have that paused. Let's lower the builders by 1. We're doing good on grilled potatoes as well. We had a couple kits born in the night. Jay Shani said, "You're special." And then Sand artist, you said that is one word for it. It is true, Jay Sean. You're pretty special. I have not met anyone who asks for reservoirs as much as you do. At some point, we'll need to get a second farmhouse, but we're doing pretty good on food. We can get a second one around here. Maybe we can remove... Yeah, we can remove a couple sunflowers from here since they're not picking everything. We'll give them a place down here at some point. Or maybe move one over because we can take advantage of that space. Yeah, we'll do that. Nice, he's starting to plant some trees, and then this guy filling up the fluid dump. And then we'll also want to get a fluid dump over here, just since we already have all this space that we could utilize. We'll probably do 2. We'll probably do a fluid dump right around this area, and then another one over here. And then when we block off the river with irrigation barriers, we'll be fine. Now we're starting to have some pine trees grow up. And that's going to be great because these produce double the wood that the birch trees do. So that'll be exciting. We're doing great on wood at the moment. We have not run out, at least not for an extended period of time. We are slowly going up in science. We are almost enough for the floodgates, and we'll get that set up here. Also, we want to have some over here as well. So let's unmark these. Then we can do the same going across. Once again, lower them on the priority list. And then I think we also want to start making our way up here so we can block that bad water, which it is going to impact our power production. But I think for now we want to have the option to reduce bad water coming through here. And then this is going to be quite a few planks and pieces of wood to get up here. Is there anything else we want to work on first? We have that set up. This guy is doing his best. I think 4 vacant jobs. I think we should just get a second one. At least place down for now. We'll go right here. And then just keep planting oak trees. How far does this guy reach? He can reach all the way back here. And then we can eventually fill this basin with dirt, which should help get some more trees planted. You can bump that up. Okay, we need to get some more lumber mills placed down. These are almost done. This guy will focus on them as soon as they're done. Maybe fluid dump ponds while I work on the stairs on the background. Place them but use lowest priority. Yes, we have one, and then I was thinking about getting a couple more over here because we're short on planks. We have some wood though. Yeah, so we can get the levee set up. Let's see, so 14 tiles I think is how far it spread, so that is well within 14. So maybe we do it right around here. Something like that. And then we can set this to lower because you are right, we don't need it to be super high priority. So this one will actually reach a good amount of space. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Uh-oh. I think that's not in the right spot actually. Let's remove this and shift it over just a hair. We can go with some of these. So let's double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, it's going to be right on the edge. Kind of don't want it to be that close. So this is going to be a little bit more expensive. Not a great spot. But set this all to lower. Can they collect this? Let's super high prioritize that. It says no storage space, but we will hopefully start using some of that. Oh, we are not. We are just maxed out. Let's get some storage. We'll toss one right here, and then we can prioritize this. We have 8 children. 1, 2, 3 are literally about to grow up. We're going to just keep adding housing. Now we're not going to fill it yet, but that's okay. I just want to make sure we have the option to. We can also duplicate this guy. And then we could do, this is what we're going to do. We're going to remove these. We can still have another farmhouse here. In fact, I think it's time we build one. We might not use it yet, or maybe not have it in full swing. We're gonna actually move that over. This, I like to take advantage of every little piece of space we have, but we can fit 2 storages right here. Although we might have one here, one here, and then we get a couple rooftop terraces on top. So once they remove this, we can also bump this up just a little bit. And we need some more builders. We have 4 now. Excellent. Duplicate that. So that will work on in the background, because there's a lot of things that I'm adding now. Three vacant jobs, that is totally fine. This guy, see, I want to get some automation set up, because he's working. He's just sitting here. We don't need him to do that. Probably do want to open that up a little bit faster. Did I not bump that up? I guess not. We should get a gear workshop soon so we can get some larger water storage. And then also let's duplicate this. Bump that up. We went from having nothing we were constructing to having like 5 things that we're building now. Thankfully a lot of them are pretty simple. That's just wood, that's just wood, that's just wood, that's just wood. We do want to bump this up though. Get some storage. We made it across the river. And then we have enough for this now. So we can get 3. Do you want to place 3 there, or do you want to place more? Because we could do some levees, but we might want it to just straight up be all floodgates. So we'll just do 5 across. And then we'll leave that as normal. Yeah, I think we're doing good. Oh wait. Oh, this was the campfire, not the... That's funny. I was like, why is this wood pile not being constructed? Because it wasn't a wood pile, this was the wood pile. We have all our workers. They are going to be very busy for a while. You can see they're getting the second lumber mill constructed, and now we are racking up the vacant jobs. Because we don't need this up and running at the moment. We will turn that on once we get some more workers, but for now, 1 farmhouse is sufficient. We have over 200 food. We have 3 water pumpers. One thing I do want to get set up is a couple of platforms, and then we can get a gear workshop right behind here. These only require 50 HP. I think I was thinking of the Iron Teeth lumber mill, which I think that one is 75. So that is honestly pretty great, because soon we can get this unlocked. In fact, we can actually unlock it right now. Is there any reason we would want to wait? We don't have gears to use that. Yeah, I think that we could get that started. Yeah, we're going to get the gear workshop unlocked. 100 science. No problemo. And then once they have constructed those, we can think about getting it placed down. Looks like the builders finished building all the stuff for the most part that they needed to. This is obviously in the background. They are working on getting those floodgates constructed. And then we have these lower on the priority list as well. So he is planting all the trees at the moment. We have 3 vacant jobs. We can have up to 4. So we're going to unpause this forester. And those 4 vacant jobs are these 2 gather flags and these 2 inventors huts. And then we can make sure this is the next one, because we'll go set it to lower but then bump it up. And then I'm pretty sure that the way this works is that if a 5th vacant job pops up, it'll look at all the vacant jobs and see which one was lowest before it was normal, and then it'd pick that one. At least that's been my experience. Thought I wasn't going to use as many floodgates in a combo with levees. See, I was thinking that, but then if you think about how much water is coming through here, I mean, I guess it's not going too fast, but we have 4 wide and then 3 wide, and then cramming that all into just 3 wide seems like it might be a little much. I might have been able to get away with it, but I just decided to go with all floodgates. And it's just a little bit more expensive. We use some planks instead of, I guess it's fewer logs than the levees, but more wood overall since it uses more planks. Okay, we're doing good on water. We have this one, which somehow is getting water put into it. We don't have these constructed. I think we're just going to remove this. Yeah, we're just going to remove that. We'll get the gear workshop placed on top. And then as long as we get a path set up here, or maybe we go like this, then we can reach all those at some point. And we have 9 children. We have a couple that are going to grow up soon. So what we're going to do is get a hauling post. We're going to put this. We'll go right here. That should be fine. And then this job for now will be a lower priority one. And then we have set to 5. We'll go all the way to 10. Well, we'll stick with 5 because we're not going to have enough workers to fill this up. I can replace the dams with floodgates for better water control after the drought. Oh yeah, that is a good point. Although I will need to, because I'll probably put some platforms over here, and then, yeah, if I do floodgates, that'll be good. Because dams are just not my favorite, honestly. He has chopped down almost every tree. At some point we'll replace these with those platforms. Also, we can pause one of these water pumpers because we are pretty much maxed out on water. But soon we'll change that once we get the... Excellent, we can get the gear workshop placed down. Face it the right direction. And then we'll go across. And we can't quite reach. We can place this right here, then we can get another water wheel. But this will be lowest. We don't really need that. And I think that going to 4 wide should be okay. Here we have it 5 wide. I think 3 wide would have been pushing it. But I think 4 should be fine. If it's not fine, then I will just remove this and then, I don't know, you know, widen it at some point, get another water wheel. Those are 0.65, that's good. We can unpause this guy. Look at that. Okay, so we have the hauling post ready. I want these to be vacant first. So I'm going down and then back up. So these ones are not being... Wait, we pulled someone into here. Down. Up. Vacant. Oh, that's because they're moving back and forth. That's funny. Let's go up, down. Now I pulled it from there. Oh. We lost one. He went somewhere else. He did not go to one of these two, though. Just missing a few planks. These guys are working their tails off. We're going to start prioritizing these guys by haulers. Now that we actually have some haulers, we can start doing that. This guy, he already filled it back up. Pause him. What else do we want to prioritize by haulers? Oh, nice. We can get across now. Maybe, well, I was going to say prioritize these guys, but they are pretty much maxed out on water at the moment. Food, we're doing great. We don't need any other farmers yet. In fact, this guy was sitting around. Yeah, we need a lot of lumber mills. Are we short on wood? Ooh, we are. Okay, so we should have a good amount of foresters. Maybe we want to add in another forester for now. We can always do that. Reduce how many builders we have. Get one there, and then one here. Bump both of these up to highest. And reduce our workers by 2 in the builder's hut. Or the inventor's... What am I saying? In the district center. Grindstone, hospital, bed. Yeah, we have a grindstone here. We have medical bed here. And... yeah. Yeah, so we got both of those. Only have one medical bed. We haven't really had any injured beavers. I mean, clearly we had one, because he was chilling there for a while. But right now we have... where does it say? Doesn't even say incapacitated anywhere. Huh. Okay, we're starting to get some. We have enough that we can now unlock the medium tank, 120 science. That is going to be super helpful. Set this to water. And I think that they should start working on this, because everything else, I guess other than these, is normal. but we can probably lower this because it's not super necessary. And then we could look at getting some storages. So I wanted to go like this. Only downside is how do I fit? If I use platforms, I can fit two of the rooftop terraces on top. We'll have one set to grilled potatoes, one set to sunflower seeds. Although we are blocking this guy so he can't reach nearly as much. So maybe we rotate this. Okay, well, ooh, they started to put some in here. So it kind of changes it. If we go, you know, here and here, we can't really get on top without blocking the path. There's gotta be some way to do it, but there might not be. Let's see, I'm just going to play around a little bit because if we go like here, we need to get into this, then we can't fit two on top without using a bunch of platforms. Which we can use platforms, I was just hoping to avoid having to use a bunch of them. I can work on blocking the source, but just use a few levees to separate the two water sources without blocking them. Okay, I'll focus on that just a minute, but I don't think I can physically fit two rooftop terraces on here without blocking that path. So we can go in here. Yeah, that's okay. Let's see, what can we do to fit just any path? We could, yeah, I think I might just cut my losses, not worry about it. Instead, what we can do, the rooftop terrace here, and then I don't know, can't do anything on this one. Might be able to if we start removing some, get some dynamite, blow that up, shift the farmhouse shift the farmhouse over, not gonna shit the farmhouse. Let's see, so we'll just set those to sunflower seeds and grilled potatoes, and we'll just call it. We'll just leave it like that. And this one we're going to bump up on the priority list because I want to get that storage set up. Also unpause that water pump. We don't have, okay, these are going to go to lowest because I want to have more haulers than those couple inventor sets. Use platforms just stairs over the path. Yeah, I could do that, but I think we'll just stick with this for now because we're short on planks and I don't think it's really worth it to get a bunch of planks or use a bunch of planks. And we also did a good job. Let's just go to lowest. So we'll leave it on, but lowest. Those two are being prioritized by haulers, which is excellent. This guy can just hop right over and grab a plank to use it for a gear. We're pumping up our water. We immediately were, I swear we were at like 190 just a second ago, but I guess not. And pause this guy. We have 1.4 days until the drought. We're in a pretty good spot. How long have we been going for? About an hour and a half. Yeah, we're chilling. We have okay amount of wood, not a whole lot. Looks like these guys are still planting. Kind of at the edge of the irrigation range. We'll go down here. Also, then we're going to remove these because we need to be able to get down here. And might as well do that while those trees are young. Because we have more space that we can irrigate. I think we could do something similar right around here. 2, 3. This will all be lowest because not super important yet. We have 3 vacant jobs. Nice. We have some more haulers. Pump that up. Okay, so we have this here. We're going to go to normal, and then these will be lower because now we have 6 jobs. We have 2 lumberjack flags, 2 gatherer flags for the berries, and then 2 inventors huts. So we're okay with all 6 of those being vacant. These 2 are slightly higher than those other 4 jobs. And now this is a normal job, which we will eventually bump up to 10. And soon we can honestly pause one of these foresters because they have just about planted everything. In fact, we can just do that right now. We'll pause one of them. Bump that up to 7. Food, we're looking good. Water is still fine. In fact, they're still sitting around. Once we get this constructed, which we're just a little bit short on gears. But once we get that set up, we'll have a lot more water storage. Oh, we can bump this up to 4. Although we have no resources to build stuff, so. Where are some more trees that we can get? Aha. Let's do this. Temporary wood stockpile. We'll make this one highest. And then we can get this prioritized by haulers. Bump it up on everything. How about bad water diversion? Yes, we do need to think about that. 3-day drought. Let's pause these guys. Soon we can get some automation going. We're still, we're doing okay on science, not the best. But we'll want to do, man, that's 300 science and it's treated planks. Yikes. We can pause these as well. Ooh, we have an unemployed beaver. Go all the way up to 10. I think we want to start getting some summer inventors huts. We can go that is awful. You're going to build none of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can shift over. So these will all be lower, that's fine. We actually have a little bit of wood. Nice. Now this guy is going to start chopping trees. We got some hollers who are going to grab it. That'll give us a little bit extra. So we have some water blocked, helping those grow up. We didn't get a chance to work on this because we are short on planks. Maybe we bump these up to normal and then we can get another lumber mill on the backside. We're going to move that one here because we do lumber mill, another lumber mill. These will be even lower because we can't afford to use extra planks. And we can get around here just fine. And why is the irrigation better? Is that because we only had water flowing through here because the bad water stopped? That is my guess. But we can't rely on this being irrigated at the moment, because when the bad water comes through, it's going to change that. Or maybe it was that it? I think that was it. I can also remove the lumberjack across the river. Oh. Yeah, we'll pause him. Here we have a few trees. Let's see, we are going to be a little bit short on water by the end of it. I think we'll unpause one of these water pumpers just to kind of keep us afloat. Also pause that fluid dump. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to get automation set up for the water pumpers. It's going to be very helpful. We can unpause one of these farmhouses since we have so many beavers now, which is good. That was kind of the goal, was to get quite a few. We can almost get some more inventors huts. That'll help with our science a bit. And then these trees are just taking their time. But this guy's done. He's planted all the trees he can. He's grabbing some logs. We'll wait to chop that one down till some of those have also grown up. We'll speed it up a little bit. Kind of boring at the moment. Not doing a whole lot. Reservoir water looking kind of low. Jay Sean, you are correct. Not a lot of water. But we're trying to get last few gears placed into this medium tank. But for bad water diversion, what do we want to do for that? We have this up here. Also, there's like a lot of trees. I think I know what I want to do. I think I want us to go up here. And unfortunately, this requires a bucket of planks. We'll get over here. And the drought is over. Thank goodness. We have 5 vacant jobs. We can start pausing a few inventors' huts. And then we can just start marking all of these to be removed. And then all of it can be lower, except for a few. We'll make a few just so we can get a path going through here. Look at that. Such a good path. Then we'll go over here, get a lumberjack flag. Then we'll start chopping some trees. And then, oh geez, if you want to divert the bad water over here, we gotta either lower all this or raise all of this a lot. And I'm not liking both. Or I'm not liking either option. Alternatively, what else could we do? I have to set up 2 diversion systems. At the very least, we should make our way up here. Oh, look at that. That is running at full steam. Let's bump that up to highest. That is producing so much power. You can slow it down a little bit. Yeah, that bad water in here is not good for the irrigation. Honestly, if we shifted this up, we could fit 2 more water wheels here. Ooh, instead, let's remove that. And then that. And that. We'll do this. Now we can bump that up. Oh, we gotta unpause this. Whoopsies. We had no gears and planks since we had no way to produce those. Did the source to the edge of the map? Oh, dig by the source to the edge of the map. And have 2 diversions. Dig by the source to the edge of the map. You mean this one? Like the bad water source? Can then dam across the gorge where the 2 rivers intersect and make a massive dam easily. Yeah, we can dam across here, which will take a good amount of wood, which is something I'm thinking about doing. And then, yeah, we could divert this way or this way. Either one. 2 normal water sources. Okay. Yeah, so we have these 2. We could go dam across. And then, yeah, like I said, divert either way. This one we just need to remove some blockages. This one. That goes into another bad water lake. And then this one just goes around here. But yeah, that might be what we end up doing. It's just going to take a lot of wood. So, thankfully we have some trees we can chop down up here. And then we also have our tree farm, which will be handy. We can unpause this guy. Look, after only 3 days, we already are almost maxed out on water. And we just need a few more gears. And then I think we're just going to add a couple levees. Duplicate this. Let's get another lumber mill. Because planks have been the limiting factor so far. Seven vacant jobs. Okay, it's a little bit more than we want. We can drop that down to 8. And we are so close. This guy's doing his best. A bird just flew into the window. We'll unpause that in a little bit, but we don't need to yet. Doing great on food. So many potatoes. We don't have as many sunflower seeds. I guess we don't have a whole lot that's super close. So what we could do, we have a lot of potatoes. A lot of potatoes. Maybe we replace some of these. So we'll unmark. Where's our potato? Oh my goodness, we have potatoes infesting sunflower seeds. We're gonna unpause or unmark this. So we're gonna have potatoes all along here, and then we'll just have sunflower seeds around here. Since we're doing great on potatoes, and we're lacking a little bit on sunflower seeds, then we can always make this guy prioritize sunflower seeds, since there's only a couple of them in here. What else should we do? We have 800 science. We can get the contemplation spot unlocked. We'll do this. We'll have 3 of those right here. Then we can get 3 more on the other side in a little bit. Then we have space for some of the bigger well-being items down the road. And then we'll just slowly fill in some of these sunflower seeds. We can also fill in potatoes here, now that we have these guys close enough. Ooh, let's change this. I guess we do want to get the floodgates over here. Keep this green space looking good. So we'll go floodgates. What the heck? How do we get bad water in here? Did this whole thing flood? I mean, it must have. That is kinda nuts. And he just finished. Remove that. We need to think about scrap metal. Where are the ruins? Got ruins up here. Is that really the closest ruins we have? That really is. This one's not super close. Okay, well, what do we want to do? We need to get over here. We can go across and then start going up, I guess. I think that is the way. If you guys see other ruins, let me know, but I'm pretty sure this is all we can do. Okay. And then we just go up, 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 up. Just a million stairs. We want to divert the bad water source anyway. Yeah, exactly. So we can get pretty close to here. If we go... guess we need to go... if we want to go around here, we want to dam and then reach this. We'll need some larger platforms. We have enough science, we can unlock this. I think we'll want to go across, and then we can go here. We have all these blockages. We'll start with one. This is all going to be... it's going to take a while to actually get up here. And then let's see, we could go... floodgates across. Maybe we go dams. I think we'll do floodgates just for the option to change it. Although we will want to go... we'll go across like this. Because at the very least we can go levees, same elevation as this. And then probably floodgates. And then let's lower all this on the priority list because this is not as important yet. So we have a lot to build. Thankfully planks are looking great. In fact, we can duplicate this. And let's go right here, switch this to planks, bump that up. We're just short on wood right now, I guess. We can pause this guy, try and save up some of our wood. We have some trees growing up. Experiencing a wood shortage. Ooh. Let's do this. Bump these up to highest priority, because as soon as we get over here, we have some trees. And then we can also raise all of this. Let's see, like you said, OMG needs so many logs and planks to climb the mountain. Unlock a bridge. Yes, we need so many stairs to get up here. And then the bridge, I'm trying to think of where we want to use it. So you're going across, I have, let's see, that's 8, so it'd be 24 for a 3. It's the same amount of resources, just half of them are logs instead of planks. So not really worth it just because it takes 400 science. But if you go up one more in elevation, then I think that immediately becomes worth it. Let's see, so this adds 4 of each, so it adds 8. Interesting. So I think above 2 tiles, it's actually worth it to use the bridge. 24. That kind of makes sense. Like a bridge. That was for the bad water area. Bad water. I assume you mean area. While I was still planning. I see. Yeah, it could be useful to have a bridge here, but it's kind of a wash in terms of resources. So, but we will be getting bridges unlocked in this Let's Play, that's for sure. Ooh, the trees are starting to get close, 70%. So that's like, let's see, so 30% of 30 days, like 9 days. It's not too bad. We have 2 children. I think we need to get some more houses. Let's see. Housing, we can unlock some lodges. We could go with the triple lodge, 250 science. We have enough. Or do you want to go with double? I think we just go straight to triple. We are short on wood, so I'm going to hold off on removing these ones and placing them down. But we will do that hopefully soon. Why is this too far? Oh, I see. Need to connect this in. There we go. Now they'll be able to get it. We have some scrap metal down here, but it's not a whole lot. 15 and 30. We are so short on logs. But that's why we want to get up here. We'll get those. And then if we go across, right here, then we can start going on up. Moving on up. So this is going to be a good amount of wood. Oh, they're working on that immediately. I think it's probably worth... They can reach all this. They're just short on logs. I think it's worth prioritizing this because there's only a few stairs and those need logs. But then we can get this lumberjack flag. And he can cut all these down. We already have those marked. We're just going to preemptively mark all of these, even though I'm not going to reach them yet. I'm just going to mark every tree that we can see. Okay, I guess taking a quick step back, we're on cycle 3, day 8. We're doing good on water. They finished the medium tank. That's pretty much full. We could probably replace some of those smaller ones with larger ones once we get... Ooh, we actually have gears. Let's switch this carrot storage to gear storage. Same with the sunflower seeds. Or... yeah, for now we just keep just gears. Need triple speed. Yeah, I'll do that in just a second. Let's see. I guess we can do that while we're recapping everything. Because yeah, we're not really doing a whole lot. Since we're short on wood. But resources wise, water and food are both looking great. And then we have kind of some remote. We have some remote water spots that are not dependent on the river. And then all this is super low because I'm not really doing anything over here. I have some trees, but it's only a few. And we're almost over here. I'm super excited for zip lines. That is going to be so helpful. It does require metal blocks, unfortunately, so we have to wait a little bit. And they just finished that, but we can pause it. In a turn of events, we have excess planks, but no wood. Thankfully, we can do this. Now we can reach those ones, and he's just going one by one. Excellent. Okay, we don't need him to be like that. I don't know why I did that. Just rotated it. We can do this. Prioritize it by hollers. And don't worry, buddy. You're going to be in the same boat. Lumberjack across from water pumps has oaks to cut. Ooh, yes. And that one's almost done. It'll be a little while, but... Ooh, we're short on workers. Let's slow it down a little bit. We have those 2 lumberjack flags. We can probably pause. Well, we can reduce how many we have in here. Yeah, we're chilling. He's getting those trees. We now have this guy getting some trees. He's prioritized. He's prioritized. I think we can turn off the prioritization of these 2 lumber mills because we have so many planks. And now we're short on wood, but we have all the stuff we need to keep getting trees. And then let's bump this one up on the priority list because I want to go path across. And then are we getting close with these trees? 83, 84. So just over 4 days until some of these are starting to grow up. And then we'll have to turn on a forester, at least 1 lumberjack flag, and then probably the fluid dump. So that'll be 3 more. Ooh. Let's duplicate this bed. Get a second one. Bump that up. Yeah. Ooh, we actually have some logs. In the morning, I'm going to remove all these houses and stairs, and then place down some triple lodges. And then we'll be able to place some stairs here, so we can start going up vertically. Might have some houses kind of stacked on top and behind. Let's get to the morning. And we have a drought approaching. Move all this. Housing. And of course they toss some logs up there. Oh, I need spiral staircases to go across. Unless we did something a little different. Not the best, but it's something. And then we can just keep going over here. And then let's bump all this up. Then we want to collect all this. And unfortunately they can't reach it. 10 logs in 15 days. How could we get to this? We could go across and then up. I mean, at some point we need to go over here. We can just bump that up a little bit. And then I guess we'll just have some stairs so they can reach that. "16 homeless beavers." Oh no. Wait, let's bump the hours up to 20 just so they finish that. Excellent, now we can go back down. In fact, we can go down to 17, maybe 16. Do the block trick to knock them down. Oh yeah, that's probably a better idea. Let's see. Can I go like this? Oh my gosh. Wrong way. There we go. And then they should be able to reach this once we get this one constructed. Let's see. Yeah, now they can reach it. I prioritize that. And then they'll get all this as well. Sunflowers. Looks like we're starting to go up in sunflowers, which is good news. Oh, interesting. It shows inputs and outputs. So we're doing great. Oh, this guy is donezo. He's good. We'll collect those. Remove everything that is not that. Okay, so we got... They're chopping trees down. And then what are we doing? We're not going over here. What are the builders working on? Are they... what the heck? Where's he going? Oh, this stuff? I guess that's all above the priority. I'm going to lower that down to 0.5. Drought in 1.3 days. Okay, cycle 3. We'll need to divert this. We have all that starting. Like, we'll set this up. It'll probably be another full cycle until we can get that constructed. Over here, that's what I'm a little bit worried about. It's going to be just a bucket of wood to get this blocked off. Yeah. Bad water pump requires metal, so we need scrap metal. Although we're actually pretty close to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We need 11 stairs to get over here versus here. We need way less. We're going to need 1, 2, 3 stairs and then some platforms. If you want to avoid doubling back. Nah, that's fine. This one is not super close, so let's remove that. Bump this up. Stairs, platforms, assign priority. Bridges. See, I hear you, sand artist, but 6 times 4, 24. For a 4, it takes 32. So yeah, right now, and we're actually doing fine on resources, but it's just science is going to be an issue at some point. So I'm just going to retain the extra science while I can. But don't worry, we will get bridges. That is an engineer's promise. Look at that. And then now we're there. Let's bump that up. And same with those two. And then do we start with the okay, so I think it's only for the iron teeth that you start with the scavenger flag. Because they also Excuse me. They also have a slightly different metal setup now because they have the smelter, but they also have the metal parts, I think it's called. You're just channeling your inner Jay Sean. Is that your new thing? Bridges? You unlock that. We can get 3 of them. Drought started. And we can pause all 3 of those. Oh yeah, so I want to get more housing. We want to go on top of some of this. How do we want to do that? Ooh, you know what? Ah, that takes metal. I was thinking we could do overhangs over here. Get some houses on top. Which we could still do, but we just need to get some metal blocks first. And we can pause these guys. And you know what? We're going to remove both of these. And then we're going to use the little trick to move it all. So now it should be all close enough. Yeah. So we have a lot of resources. We can first collect it all. Ooh, we might not be able to store it. But if we go like this, where'd that move it? Oh no. Ah, dang it. I can't use a block trick here. Dang it. Okay. We can do it on this side though. And then we'll have to make one platform. Prioritize both of these. I think they should be able to reach this, because that is a lot of logs. And then that is not that many. We'll get these done. This one will be slightly lower. And then we can get another water wheel. And then we can get some more on the backside. Cool, they can reach that one. We can get one placed right here. We might actually pivot. Pivot. And then we can fit a couple smelters, or at least one smelter right here. We could also stop planting some of these trees. Let's think about it. For the production, that is all dirty water. Where's the, yeah, let's just do this. Let's remove both of these. Get those. And then, I guess just get these as well. Have this get filled up. Raise the dam so we retain more water also. Floodgates, not dams. Why is this one dirtier than this one? Oh yeah, this is actually running really low. Was this a 4-day drought? It must have been. I didn't see when it started. Okay. Disintegrates, no storage space, that's fine. I think. Yeah, if we just build some more stuff. Let's see, do I want to do housing right behind here? We do some. Yeah, I did want to have housing kind of extend this way. But we can also go vertical. We have an unemployed beaver. We can bump that up and turn those two on. Oh. My back's tightening up. Could build a reservoir using bridges for the crane system. That is funny. Okay, so we are nearly maxed out on storage, but we're putting all that into here. We gotta make sure we can collect everything. Well, we know we need to have it like this. Ooh, maybe we don't. Let's go like this. And then they'll be able to reach this. Yeah, we'll start with that. And then we're going to have a lot of power production. We'll get another water wheel placed here once we collect all these. And then we might need some more builders. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we have trees growing up. We are doing great. We can pause this guy. And then this guy is pretty much done. Excellent. We got some hollers sitting around. Okay, we're in a good spot. We are in a good spot. I want to start getting some automation going. Oh, wait, we don't want that right here. Instead, we have weather station. Yes. And then, dang it, takes treated planks. Let's do a flow sensor. We can use that instead, and then we can have all these tied to that. I guess it'd be the opposite, so we need a... Right? Oh no, we can tie it all to this. Automate. And then just copy settings. So this will be... If the measurement, if it is greater than 0, this is like 0.2. So if this measurement is greater than 0.2, it should ping on, which means that this one should turn on. Also, let's unpause all these, but now they're automated. So the flow sensor will just let us know if there's power going to it or not indirectly, since it's not a power sensor, but it's just if there's water flowing through, and that directly translates to if there's power in these water wheels or not. This is our first little piece of automation. Need more grilled potato storage. We have so many grilled potatoes. This guy is sitting around. I'm just itching to get automation going, because we could pause this guy since we have plenty of grilled potatoes. And then we are starting to build up our wood reserves, which is fantastic. Also, we need to unpause that guy. Since we're doing good on trees at the moment, or on wood, we don't need to unpause this quite yet. I think we need more builders. Because we have a... Well, what are we working on? This stuff? This stuff? Yeah. We need a builder's hut. And that is 100 science. Okay, I don't want to just like randomly start placing them down. So we have a green space here, but this is... I mean, we probably will use this in the future. Okay, that was over. Unpause, unpause, unpause. Ooh, we can also have these ones tied to here. Let's super high prioritize this. We want to get that done. Because we could have it if there's water, well, no. Because this, you don't want this pumping during a bad tide. And we're going to fill this up with icky gunky. Ooh, this actually all ran out. We're going to go back up to 0.65. Thankfully, we have a little bit of a water buffer in here. Oh no, that is not good. Lower it. Flood down here. Oh jeez. Uh-oh. Lower everything. Okay, did I contaminate like half the beaver population? Maybe. Let's go up slowly. 0.2. Up to 0.2. Okay, look at that. So now it's well above 0.2, so these guys are turned on. Need more bridgeivores. Go up to 0.4. 0.5. 0.65. Oh, that might have been just a little too quick. 0.55. 0.6. Poonami. How many cycles without an incident? 4 cycles. Pretty much. I mean, really, it was only 3 cycles because we just started cycle 4. So we'll see if any beavers end up contaminated. Oh, jeez. Why is it... We're going down to 0.6. Because apparently 0.65 is not working. 12 unemployed beavers. Or 12 vacant jobs. Okay, let's start... Ooh, what we could do, we could tie all these to this, but it'd be the inverse. So this is kind of just like band-aid automation. Like ideally, I'd want to kind of set this up to be a little bit more complex. Why is this one acting funky? Is this one acting funky? Yeah, why is it... So it starts surging through here. It has something to do with this one. Is this surging at all? This seems to be pretty constant. Might need to open this up a little bit. Well, no. Yeah, it's originating. 0.55. I think we just gotta lower it, unfortunately. So otherwise we're just gonna keep flooding this. We just need there to be less water in here so when it does back up, it doesn't go up and over. Great Punami of cycle 3.9. We should just prioritize the bad water diversion. Agreed. Oh, look at that. We're already up here. Let's do it. We are having, yeah, all that flooding stuff going on. So let's bump that up in this one. And then, oh. Aha. We'll get that going. So now that is all available. Okay, what we'll do is we'll start getting scrap metal first. I think this will be highest because this is going to be not a lot to put into getting this up and running. And then this, take a little bit more. We can set that up. Also, I need to fix the whole job situation still. Oh my goodness. So many trees. Okay, we're down to 8. 8 haulers, 7 vacant jobs. We have... Still not enough. Food is good. Let's drop one of the farmhouses. Oh, we don't... Well, we'll pause one of those. We can pause one of the foresters. We do need more beavers. This guy's almost filled this up, then we can pause him. Water's looking good. Input 18, output 11. Interesting. Curious what the rate that they calculate that is. This is 0.33 hours gets 1, so 3 of those every hour. 3 of those every hour. Well, we're at 18. I don't know how they calculate that. Because if we're getting 333, that's 9. So every 2 hours they measure it. I'm not sure. Oh, but they get working boosts. Let's see. Well-being, or no, it'd be here. So this guy, actually we'll go through him. He has plus 40% working speed, plus 5% movement speed. Cool. Let's see, what do you guys say? Zip lines may help. Are the lumberjacks paused in the tree farm? Yes, they're all paused here. We have those 3. This guy, we can pause him. He's fine. What the heck? Now we have one vacancy? We went from having 12 vacant jobs to 1. Okay. What a turn of events. We can get this unlocked. We are going to need that smelter. We can lower that on the priority list because we want to work on this stuff. Over here, I once again need to connect the path in. Then we can get this. And then storage. I'm going to need to sort this out soon. Let's see. We could fit, well, we're pretty much maxed out. Underground pile, that's a lot of science. We don't have quite enough for that. I do want to get that soon though. So this is kind of where our power not power. It's where production zone is. We can move over here though. In fact, what if we do this? So now we can move across. They have almost demolished this. And then they're starting on all this. Oh yeah, I wanted a builder's hut. What do I want to do over here? It's just kind of awkward space. I'll do 3. We could fit one right here, no problem. I think we should do that. Builder's hut. Bump that up on the priority list. And then we need to get some more children. Yes, saving the oaks for the reservoir. Chaos is the best sorting system. Recital time. See you, Lucky. Glad you were able to join this morning. I'm going to probably keep going for another... not a whole lot longer. But we will keep going for a little bit. 5 vacant jobs. That is going to change soon. Okay, do you want to do some houses on here? You know, we could do... if we move this staircase back, then we can get some more housing right here. I think we'll build this first. They won't be able to access it. Then we remove the stairs, shift it back, tie it in. And are we maxed out on water again? I mean, it's a good thing that just 3 water pumpers is sufficient to get enough water. Although we do need to get some more water storage soon. We got 3 scrap metal collectors. Oh, they're not building this because they're working on this. Okay, we're bumping the builder's hub up to highest. They'll finish that and then they can get these things. Fast forward through the night. Don't have a whole lot going on. We probably need some more fun stuff for the beavers. What could we add for them? Lidos would not be a bad idea. Once we get dynamite, we can blast some of this out and make some water fun for them. Dance hall requires treated planks. Same with the mud pit. Detailer, same. This is power. This is not unrealistic, but we need to have extract. So, hold off on that. We got the builder's hut. Back up to 10 vacant jobs. Let's slow it down. Okay. What did I add? We have enough planks we can pause that. We could... ooh, this guy's not keeping up. So instead we'll unpause this, pause this, pause this. This guy can chop trees. You go back down to 6 haulers. We We have so many trees growing up here, which is fantastic. In fact, we could actually pause this guy, and we can pause this guy. Then we'll shift over, so we'll have these two going, these three going. So we have 6 vacant jobs, and that is 2 lumberjack flags. Yeah, 2 lumberjack flags, 2 gatherer flags, 2 inventor's huts. And then we can also make it so we have a scavenger flag go to lower. And then we also need to bump this up. We need to get some scrap metal storage for them. Look at that. Demolish. Let's just raise that up. We'll go down to 0.85. Bump that up to be demolished. Then we just got to make sure that we have... Okay, we'll go down to 0.1. Because really the point of this flow sensor is when we don't have any flow going through here, then we have these guys up and running. But we do have some more green space, which is great news now that we don't have bad water coming through here. So this guy can start planting. Do we want to do pine or do we want to do oak? This place is not protected from bad tides, so I think we're going to stick with pine trees. And then pine trees back here as well. And this is done. So we can get the fluid dump. In order to take care of jobs shortage, we need more beavers. Agreed. Yeah, we'll need to fill this up. So in the morning we can remove this, and then we'll tie it all back together. Also, let's just duplicate this. Get another. There's a beaver just sitting around. Okay, everyone is running across these stairs. This is going to be a big loss for them. And then we just gotta super high prioritize this. Then we actually get some workers to work on that. And they are starting the process. We should probably get some storage for them as well. We could fit it on top of here. Not the best use of this space, honestly. I think we could probably... Well... Maybe we go with it on here. I'm not sure. If we remove this one, shift it back, have some paths, we do fluid dump. Yeah, we'll just leave it. We should get some more storage. This might be a temporary one. Basically just have some storage here. Bump that up on the priority list just to get it up and running. Water storage next to new fluid dump. Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah, we can do that. Let's just duplicate it. It's at the point where I sometimes remember to use duplicate instead of just building it fresh. Excellent, we have this set up. Oh yeah, I want to get even more housing. We can go behind here. Yeah, we'll just do this, because this is kind of temporary. Could also think about another medium tank. Yes, I do want to get some more water storage. That is for dang sure. Where do I want to put it, though? Honestly, I probably will want to get some storage on top of the river. Let's remove those potatoes, because it's only 3. This is like some good space that we could use. Oh yeah, we need to also do this. I want to get those replaced with with floodgates. So we'll set it up like this. Let's see. So we're going to be using the large tanks. I guess this is also temporary, because like in the long run, we're not going to have this stuff down here really. Like we'll maybe have some forests and stuff, but we're going to be moving pretty much everything up top. So I'm not going to concern myself too much with the intricacies of everything. But we could do this. Get some more water storages. And then we can have a path go over here if needed. But that is where we're going to wrap up today's live stream. We got a lot done. We are on cycle 4. Pretty much going to be wrapping it up soon. Once the next event hits, probably next live stream we'll see a bad tide flow through. So be sure to check it out next weekend. We'll get to experience that. And then I think next episode, hopefully we can get zip lines, because I think that'd be great. We are in the process of getting this constructed. In fact, we are pretty much there. So let's see. I think that's it. We had quite a few viewers today. Saw we were at like 22 at one point. So glad to see we have some new people here. And then once again, thanks to some of the regulars. Lucky, Sand Artist, Jay Sean. You guys have been around for quite a while. And then some other familiar faces. Airport Review. Not sure if you're still here, but you were one of the new members at Sand Artist Gifted. And then a couple other familiar faces. But I'm glad that you guys showed up. It was a lot of fun. I'm super excited for this series. I'm really excited to do some automation. Once we get a little bit farther into the Let's Play live stream, then we can start unlocking some of those. The weather station, which I preemptively unlocked, that's going to be very important. Power meter, I think, and then the population counter. So, lots of fun stuff. I don't know exactly what the actual Megabuild structure is going to be up here yet. Haven't had a chance to actually design it, but I'm probably going to do some preliminary designs off camera, just so I kind of know what direction I want to move in. And then I'm also going to be, taking suggestions from you guys. So it's not like I have a set in stone plan. And like I mentioned, I don't know yet. So that'll probably happen in a few episodes or a few live streams for now. But until then, thank you everyone. As Sand Artist said, don't forget to smash that like button. If you are new to the channel and haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. And with that, see you guys next week. Take care, everyone.